We're going to look at two major ETFs in here in the overall market today. We're looking at SPY and we're also going to look at QQQ. On the weekly chart, we're going to look at the Qs first. This is the ETF of the NASDAQ 100 in here. You can see nice green day so far on the week and on the day in here, up around 4.5. We were up to those 745 highs in here for quite some time. And then we had a little bit of a pullback as we entered close in here. So going forward, what are we looking at? Well, to the upside in here, 745, that's going to be our first resistance. Anything outside of that, we're going to look at nice whole numbers working our way up, letting the chart dictate what that other resistances are going to be. To the downside in here, we are splitting this lower trend line. So we're going to be looking right at that 740 level. That's going to be a nice psych level for us. Then we looking at that. Then we have the 738s and then the 722s in here to the downside. Your RSI is obviously extremely overbought. That's because look at this run up right here that we had ever since the beginning of April, just shot right back up in here off of that 50-day SMA. Now we're at the top and we're actually breaching the upper trend line of this overall structure. So a little bit of top heaviness in here, but hey, that's what we were saying last week. So let's see how far this thing will keep on pumping. We're also going to take a look at SPY in here. Your IV rank overall in SPY is relatively lean compared to what you would think it would be. It's at 33 right now. So there's a little bit of juice left in here. It's not a whole lot getting sucked out. And there's not a whole lot pumped up in here, right? So it usually kind of gets sketchy as we keep on climbing up in here, and then our volatility starts to expand in our options chain and SPY. But really, it's just kind of staying flat, staying the same. But there is some juice overall in here with that IV rank of 33. You got about a $3 expected move being priced in by tomorrow's expiration. We go all the way out to Friday, right around an $8 expected move, and more or less same story in here as the Qs. Nice green candle in here today. We actually closed only up $2 from where we closed last week, whereas the Qs were up like $4 or $5 in there. So you have to kind of take that into consideration to see what how the sectors are kind of skewing things a little bit for us in here. But overall, to the upside in here, we're going to look at the highs that came in today. So kind of the same thing as the Qs. That's going to be 760. Anything outside of that, it's going to be nice whole numbers, letting the chart kind of dictate what our resistances are going to be. To the downside, we're going to split this trend line in here right at the 755 mark. Anything below that, 749, 738. And then you do have this 9-day EMA right here sitting at 730. That is going to be a good spot of support for us here if we do get a nice big pullback in here, since we are so overbought. But you can see our RSI in here just boom straight up. Same thing, right? Bounced off that 50-day SMA, just like the QQQs in here. So more or less, both looking a little top heavy in here, but hey, we still have some power behind us. So let's see what happens as we continue throughout the week in here. Nice little start to the week. Let's see if that can continue. And then let's see how the overall correlation of the sectors start to phase, and what how things are going to kind of roll in and roll out, and see how that's going to affect the overall markets in here for us this week. All right, guys, if you like this video, make sure to check us out on all of our social media. We also have a Discord service if you're interested, and you can find all of our socials in the description below.